In this podcast episode, Raoul Pal discusses the current state of the global economy and the impact of central bank policies on asset prices. He explains that the world is in a state of economic warfare, with countries competing for a share of the economic pie. He also highlights the role of technology in this economic warfare, particularly in the context of the ongoing conflict with China over computer chip production. Pal explains that the central bank balance sheets are highly correlated with asset prices, with a 97% correlation. This means that the expansion of central bank balance sheets drives up asset prices, creating an illusion of wealth. He emphasizes that this correlation is the key driver of asset prices and that economic models need to account for this relationship. He also discusses the impact of quantitative easing on asset prices, explaining that the printing of money by central banks leads to a rise in asset prices. This, in turn, creates a cycle of boom and bust in the markets, as investors anticipate further monetary stimulus from central banks. Pal highlights the role of Bitcoin and technology as investment opportunities in the current economic environment. He explains that Bitcoin serves as a hedge against the debasement of currency, as its finite supply protects against inflation. He also emphasizes the role of technology in driving productivity and economic growth. He advises individuals to invest in technology and crypto assets as a way to protect their wealth and participate in the trend of debasement. He also discusses the potential for exponential growth in technology, particularly in the context of AI and green energy. Pal addresses the issue of population decline and its impact on productivity. He explains that a declining population can lead to an increase in per capita GDP, as there are fewer people to share the economic output. He also discusses the potential for technology to offset the effects of population decline by increasing productivity. He emphasizes the role of technology in reducing costs and replacing labor, which can lead to increased productivity even in the face of a declining population. He also discusses the potential for green energy and AI to drive productivity growth in the future. Pal clarifies the difference between inflation and the debasement of currency. He explains that inflation is a generalized rise in prices, while the debasement of currency leads to an increase in asset prices relative to the currency. He uses the example of the Venezuelan stock market to illustrate how asset prices can appear to rise due to currency debasement. He emphasizes that the debasement of currency does not necessarily lead to a rise in general prices, but rather creates an illusion of wealth in asset markets. He also discusses the impact of currency debasement on price-earnings ratios and asset valuations. Pal challenges the traditional view that inflation is always and everywhere a monetary phenomenon, suggesting that it is also a supply and demand phenomenon. He argues that the inflation of the 1970s was driven by demographics, specifically the baby boomer generation, reaching a stage in life where they were making significant purchases such as houses and cars. This demographic trend led to a surge in demand for goods and services, causing inflation. Pal emphasizes the impact of demographics on inflation, highlighting the deflationary and inflationary effects of different demographic cycles. The conversation delves into the role of central banks in managing the economy and the impact of their policies on markets. Pal acknowledges the importance of central banks in stabilizing the economy and preventing systemic collapse, particularly during times of recession. He discusses the challenges faced by central banks in forecasting the economy and making decisions about interest rates and monetary policy. While acknowledging the limitations and mistakes of central banks, Pal emphasizes the need for their role in managing the economy and maintaining stability. The discussion also covers the current state of the global economy and the outlook for financial markets. Pal expresses optimism about the market's ability to look forward and anticipate future trends, despite the challenges posed by recessions and economic downturns. He discusses the impact of the Chinese credit cycle on the global economy and the predictive nature of certain economic indicators, such as wages and rents. Pal provides insights into the timing of market cycles and the potential for recovery following periods of economic hardship. Pal highlights the role of technology and innovation in driving economic growth and productivity. He discusses the impact of technological advancements on wealth creation and the potential for new technologies to offset the challenges posed by demographic shifts and economic cycles. Pal emphasizes the importance of investing in technology and innovation as a means of driving future economic growth and prosperity. The conversation also touches on the role of government and regulation in managing the economy and financial markets. Pal acknowledges the need for some level of regulation to prevent abuses and ensure stability, while also recognizing the potential for government intervention to have unintended consequences. He discusses the challenges of finding a balance between government intervention and individual freedom, highlighting the complexities of managing a modern economy. Pal discusses the current state of the economy, highlighting that prices of certain assets have decreased by 70% from 2 years ago. He emphasizes the importance of understanding the business cycle and investing at the bottom of the secular uptrend to maximize returns. He also advises caution in managing cash flows and expenditures, especially in the face of potential job loss or business struggles. Pal predicts that the bottom of the economic cycle will be reached in the next quarter, leading to a period of healing and recovery. He also discusses the impact of interest rates and inflation on the economy and the potential for rate cuts in the future to address rising unemployment and falling inflation. Pal delves into the issue of global debt and its impact on economic growth. He explains that debt growth has peaked and the only way to solve the problem of slow GDP growth and aging populations is through increased productivity. He highlights the role of technology, such as AI, robots, and green energy, in driving productivity and changing the energy source of the world. Pal emphasizes the need for rapid adoption of green energy and the potential for energy costs to decrease as a result of technological advancements. The conversation shifts to geopolitical factors, including the situation in Russia and Ukraine. Pal discusses the impact of geopolitical tensions on energy independence and the need for countries to transition to green energy to reduce dependence on traditional energy sources. He also touches on the economic and political challenges faced by China, including the need for economic stimulus and the role of entrepreneurs in driving growth. Pal explores the concept of the exponential age, where economic forces incentivize the adoption of AI and robotics to drive productivity. He discusses the potential benefits of technological advancements, such as increased longevity, breakthroughs in genetic sciences, and advancements in space technologies. However, he also raises concerns about the singularity, a point in the future where the impact of technology becomes unforecastable. Pal acknowledges the uncertainty surrounding the long-term implications of technological advancements and the need for adaptive mechanisms to address potential challenges. The conversation then shifts to the topic of regulation and the geopolitical implications of AI. Pal highlights the challenges of regulating AI, given its rapid evolution and the competitive nature of technology development. They discuss the role of different countries in shaping the future of AI and the potential for geopolitical tensions arising from AI development. The conversation also addresses the role of government and technology companies in shaping the future of AI. Pal emphasizes the need for collaboration between governments and industry players to ensure responsible AI development. They discuss the potential for AI to disrupt traditional industries and the importance of proactive measures to address the impact on employment and society. The conversation delves into the future of work and the interaction between humans and AI. Pal highlights the potential for AI to automate various tasks and the need for humans to adapt to the changing landscape of work. They discuss the concept of merging with machines and the potential for AI to augment human capabilities. The conversation also addresses ethical considerations and the alignment of AI with human values. Pal emphasizes the importance of aligning AI with human goals and values to ensure its beneficial impact on society. They discuss the challenges of ensuring ethical AI development and the potential for AI to be misused for harmful purposes. Pal discusses the collapse of banks and the implications for the financial system. He emphasizes the fragility of the banking sector and the potential for widespread repercussions. He points to the interconnectedness of the global financial system and the potential for a domino effect if major banks were to fail. This could lead to a systemic crisis that would have far-reaching consequences for the economy. Another key factor that Pal highlights is the vulnerability of the US dollar. He discusses the challenges facing the dollar as a global reserve currency and the potential for its value to decline. He points to the increasing use of alternative currencies and the rise of digital assets as potential threats to the dominance of the US dollar. This shift in the global currency landscape could have significant implications for the stability of the financial system. Pal also discusses the looming threat of a recession and the factors contributing to this risk. He points to the impact of debt and demographics on the economy, highlighting the challenges posed by an aging population and the need for stimulus to support economic growth. He emphasizes the role of central banks in managing the economic downturn and the potential for further monetary intervention to mitigate the impact of a recession. Pal discusses the role of prominent figures such as Elon Musk and the potential impact of their initiatives on the economy. He speculates on Elon Musk's acquisition of Twitter and the potential for leveraging the platform's data to train AI and develop advanced technologies. He also considers the implications of Meta's foray into the metaverse and the potential for AI-driven interactions to shape the future of social media and digital experiences.